Have you ever wondered what it would look like if God got a Bionicle set and then lost the instructions? Well, meet Bagger 293, the largest land vehicle in the world. Given the fact that it's the size of an aircraft carrier and looks like it would be used to torture the Iron Giant, just seeing it tends to prompt a number of questions. Questions like what, and how, and but like why? And that's why we're here. Let's start out answering what by getting some stats out of the way. Bagger 293 weighs 31 million pounds, approximately the weight of 31 million 1-pound weights, or 14,000 tons. It's 722 feet, or 220 meters long, about 0.00152% the length of the Pacific Ocean. And in terms of height, it's 310 feet, which is 94.5 meters or 437 flirks, which is a unit of measurement I just made up that's about 8.5 inches. So why would anyone ever need to build something that looks like a transformer got stuck transitioning between a table saw and an oil rig? Well, for the same reason the United States killed thousands of Chinese laborers in the 1800s. Mining. Specifically, surface mining, which is like regular mining, except that instead of going through all the effort of digging tunnels under the ground, you cut out the middleman and get rid of the ground entirely. And that's where Bagger 293 comes in. It turns the ground into not ground, a process some experts refer to as digging. Moving on to how, the way it does that digging all comes down to this. It's called a bucket wheel, and it's the whole point of this monstrosity. In fact, the technical term for Bagger 293 is bucket wheel excavator. In German, that translates to Schaufelradbagger, while in English, it translates to bucket wheel excavator. Basically, the bucket wheel, which is 71 feet or 22 meters in diameter, consists of 18 bucket scoops, each of which can hold about 1,500 gallons or 6,600 liters of stuff. And it doesn't take a rocket doctor to figure out how it works. The wheel rotates upward, and each of the bucket scoops up about a bucket's worth of overburden or coal. And, well, there you go. Digging. And now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, if that wheel does all the work, then what the hell is all of this? Well, the rest of Bagger 293 can be broken down into 3 additional components. This, the middle part, is called the superstructure. It's the base for the entire thing, and its main feature is this gigantic ball-bearing slewing rig, which allows the entire superstructure to rotate on its axis. The superstructure sits atop these 12 crawlers, which are able to move it forward at a pace of just under half a mile an hour, which is actually pretty impressive given its weight, and is also a huge relief in the event it ever becomes sentient and turns on humankind. This boom mainly serves as a cantilever for the bucket wheel boom, basically balancing out the weight so the whole thing doesn't fall over and excavate the crew of 5 that operates it. It also connects to the cutting boom with these cables, which are able to hoist the bucket wheel up and down, which, in conjunction with the ball bearings, give the bucket wheel a wide range of motion, up and down and side to side, allowing it to both dig with precision and do the cha-cha slide. And finally, this is the discharge boom. You see, based on the conservation of mass, we know that even though dirt has been dug out of the ground, the dirt still exists and therefore has to go somewhere. So once the wheel rotates the bucket upside down, whatever's just been excavated is dumped onto a conveyor belt that runs the length of the cutting boom and then through another conveyor belt on the discharge boom, which is attached by rails to yet another conveyor belt, which runs it to loading stations. If it's overburden, it refills previously excavated areas of the mine where the coal has already been removed. And if it's coal, then it gets put on trains and shipped to 3 local power stations, which, in addition to fueling much of Germany, also provide the very power that Bagger 293 runs on. And while, yes, coal is bad for the environment, consider this. Without the power that coal provides, how would we power Bagger 293 so it can get us more coal? Checkmate, Greta. But all this still hasn't answered the most basic question about Bagger 293. But like, why? Why does it need to be so big? Well, the answer is basically just efficiency. For modern mines, it's cheaper and faster to remove the ground than it is to tunnel under it, and thanks to its size, Bagger 293 can remove ground faster than anything else. It's able to do the work of 40,000 miners 24/7, and as an added bonus, it doesn't know what unionizing is. And while it cost over $100 million to build, the massive German surface mine where Bagger 293 operates produces over $1 billion worth of brown coal a year. Plus, it's estimated that the mine still has about 1.7 billion tons of brown coal remaining, worth about $52 billion, or a half Bezos. So, in the end, a $100 million investment to get access to $52 billion worth of materials just makes economic sense. You know what also makes economic sense? Investing in yourself. As you probably know, humans are stupid little dum-dums who typically know what's best for themselves, but are unable to turn healthy behaviors into habits. That's what Fabulous is here to help with. Fabulous is an app rooted in behavioral science that helps you build and maintain healthy habits. You can either do this a la carte by telling the app what specific habits you want to build, or go through one of their curated journeys, which collect a number of habits together to help you achieve an overall goal. For example, I enrolled in an unexpected journey to help me feel more energized, which starts super simple by just making sure you drink water when you wake up and builds from there. Whether you want to improve your sleep, concentrate more, eat healthier, build self-discipline, or any one of plenty of other habit changes, Fabulous can help you do the work you need to do, and starting is easy because the first 100 people to click the button on screen or head to the link in the description will get 25% off a subscription.